Hey guys, I'm about to do an oil change on my Mazda 3. So quick video. I haven't done an oil change on a Mazda 3 before, so wish me luck. I'm gonna do a bit of an engine flush, so I'll do that. I like to do that these days, just to clean it out and flush it out better. So I've still got half a bottle remaining from the last car I did. You need your filter. And I'm going with Penrite. For some reason I love the Penrite brand, and this will suit, so I'll go with that. Let's see how that flows. Some of the tools you need, well, you need the filter remover. I've got one of those, I'll show you in a sec. I also got a sump plug, so replace that. So I'll replace the sump plug as well. So this is the first time I'm doing this Mazda 3 or any Mazda 3, so might as well replace the sump plug as well, so you know the future. So that's that bit of it. So I'm going to put the engine flush in now. So the Mazda 2-litre engine takes 4.3 litres of oil. So I've got about 200 ml in the bottle. So it says, the bottle says 50 litres per litre of oil. So I'm going roughly 200 litres, 200 milliliters, blah 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 blah. So it says to run it for about 5 minutes. I'll probably run it for 10. You know, I don't want to follow the instructions. And add it in, and then run it for about 10 minutes. I will, and go from there. Okay. Drink it all. Alright, so that's pretty much all of it in there. Alright, we'll run it for 10 minutes and then flush the old oil out. Okay guys, so with the Mazda 3, I've got my oil drainer there. With the Mazda 3, get the safety going. So with the Mazda 3 there's a cover that you have to remove, which is annoying but necessary. So 10 mil bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from what I can see. 5, okay, 5 bolts. Let's remove that cover, give us access to the filter and the sump. Okay, we have the cover off. So there's 6 bolts in play here. So it gives you access to the filter now. Look at that, nice and easy. And the sump plug there. So there was one more bolt in the corner which was missing on this cover. Someone put a zip tie on it. So right in the back corner there, I don't know if you can see that. Right there, that holds together the plastic guard for the front guard, if that makes sense or not. So there's 6 all up. I don't know how I'm going to get the guard back up, but somehow I'll get it back up on my own. So that's that. Let's get this done. Okay, so let's get it started. So that's the engine, there's the filter there, that's the engine gearbox next to it. Don't make that mistake. So engine oil filter here, engine there, block there. Alright, so we'll take, not waste any time, position. I've got to watch basketball, NBA finals. I've got an hour to do this. So let's position that in, get the bolt off. I'm going to try with a 17 And then we get this off, the filter off, and then fill it up with oil and put everything back on. So let's give that a shot. So I've learnt that it's a 17-inch bolt, usually 17, so I've used a spanner instead of a socket on that, and it's not that tight, so I just hit it to the side a little bit and got it off. So usually they're not that tight. All right, so it's leaking a little bit, so the good old trick where you try not to get oil on your hands is what's happening now. Ha 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 ha. Okay guys, so that's almost empty now. So now we do the filter. So I've got this oil filter remover. This one's perfect for this. So you tie it around the bottom of the filter where it's got the grooves, so it grabs. And I've put it at this end of it just to give me some space to work with. So let's go. Okay, lefty loosey, right? Oh, come on, bud. There we go. It's moving. Wow. She's on there tight. Damn. It's coming off. Didn't think I'd have to take that off. So just bring it back. Alright, don't tighten it. Bring it back around, tighten it up. Give it another go. Oh, man. There we go, loosening it. So I'll just put the bolt on this now that it's stopped leaking. And the new sump plug, I should say. Good from there. Okay, put the new sump plug on. There it is with the washer. Getting oil on this, you know, saving $250, I think, isn't it? I don't know how much labour. So that's tight on there now. Not tight enough, but hand tight, so I'll just wipe it away. Let's just wipe that excess off. Move this down here. Cancel the filter as well. Shouldn't be much left. Alright. I don't know how these Mazdas work, but I've got to say they're great cars. Look, if you had a hoist, you probably didn't have to take the cover off. I'm looking at, there's a hole in the cover for the filter, so I'm guessing if you're a mechanic and have the right tools, probably don't have to take the cover off. Damn, this is slow. Don't have much room to work with, I guess. Let's take our time. Nah. After this turn, I'll probably should be able to take it off by hand, I hope. Wow. Probably not, but I'm going to give it a shot. Yeah. Okay. What sort of fuel filter is that? That's cheap, bro. What is that? I always go with my car. I always go Ryco, so it's a Z632. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at over here, so that's exactly the same filter. So let's take this off. Okay, you don't need to see the boring bits. Or maybe you do. Maybe you want to see the oil spill. Let's see. Oh, jeez, it's coming off now. I'll try and catch this sucker. Oh, maybe not. Damn, that's black. It's terrible, man. That's why I needed to change this, okay? I was looking at the oil dipstick going, it's crying out for an oil change, ain't it? There we go. Okay, so let's get this sucker off. I've got some gloves now. So this will probably, I don't want to make a splash. So I'll grab it and place it into the thing to drain out. That's it. Wow. That was dirty, yeah. Chandapal. Alright, so that's that exposed. So new oil filter is there. There we go. Z632, which is what's come off this one. But this one is like a, man, I don't know, I don't know this brand, Max. Jeez, brah. Alright, let's put the new one on. Take the plastic off. Okay, new filter is on tight. That's good. So I'd like to go Ryco for sure. You know, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. And then I'll tighten the bolt up a bit on the sump plug, on the sump, the plug sump. Bit of rubbish collecting here. So, oh man, that's terrible. I don't think it's been changed for, I'm going to say 18 months, man. Although it hasn't done many Ks, so in the 18 months it's only done, I think the guy said like 1500 Ks in less than a year. So I've had it for 6 months now, so it was about time. Alright, let's move things away, tighten the bolt, put oil on, put oil on and in. Okay guys, I've tighten the bolt. I'd like to get back under just to make sure I've done it twice. Okay, and I'll tighten the bolt, tighten the filter, so I'm good to go to fill some oil up. Hey? No. What? Because I don't need it. Okay. I filled up with 3 litres of oil. Just add 1.3 more litres. So what I do with the old oil is fill it back up into the, you know, the containers that I've used in the past and give that to Supercheap. They take the old oil as long as you got it in bottles like this. So that's what I'll do with that. Environmentally friendly. Okay, putting the cover on, so it's not as bad as it seems. So I've just, you lift it up and slide it into that groove underneath. This goes over the top of the existing plastic cover at the front, this one here, the diffuser maybe. So it slides over that, and then over here you'll have, goes under, and then over there it slides onto that part, that extra another plastic part there. So I just put bolts on, just loosely on at the moment to keep it up. So yeah, so there's 6 bolts all up. Okay, so it's not as bad as it seems, but this back corner may cause some problems. Let's see. Alright, so I need 2 hands for that, that's all. You'll get what I mean. Okay guys, I've got all the 6 bolts in on this cover now, so as you can see there's a hole there that looks like it can get to the filter, I guess, if you had a hoist, but the cover's on. Time to drop it down off the jack and pour the rest of the oil in and see how she goes. I love saying how she goes. Just turned it off after running it for a few minutes. I just wanted to see, obviously the filter would take some of the oil and see what we're left with on the level on the dipstick, and then I'll top it up a little bit more, take it for a drive, and then check underneath to see if there's any leaks. That's always a good thing. But basically that's a oil change on a Mazda 3 2006 model 2 litre. Alright guys, thanks for watching.